it was always meant to be. Gadi Schwartz, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Isn't that something else? That's Nightly News for this Tuesday. Thank you for watching. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
Dreams do come true on this show.
That was sensational! Wow! Bloody brilliant!
And the winner is
the America's Got Talent 2-night finale, tonight and tomorrow on NBC.
Dear Senator Johnson, living on a fixed income, it's a struggle. I paid into Social Security and Medicare every paycheck. So it was a slap in the face when you voted to weaken Medicare. That would increase out-of-pocket costs. And when you wanted to let Wall Street gamble with Social Security. Senator Johnson, you look out for yourself and your fat cat donors, but have forgotten about us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Howard Young Urgent Care. Get in, get out, get well.
Straight ahead on Newswatch 12 at 6, inflation numbers are in and they're higher than expected. We'll show you how this might be affecting your grocery bill. Plus, some local dentists are concerned how social media influences dental care. We'll tell you why you should be on the lookout. And a Madison man is struck by not one, but two trucks. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 at 6 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Dan Hagan. With gas prices down, inflation was expected to be down, but the consumer price index for August rose by 0.1%. Economists expected inflation to drop 0.1%, according to Dow Jones estimates. The energy index fell 5% over the month, thanks to a 10% slide in the gasoline index. But prices shot up in food, shelter, and medical care more than gas prices declined. U.S. stocks plummeted in their worst day since June 11th of 2020 after key August inflation data ticked upward, surprising investors. The Dow was down 1,300 points, or 3.9%. The S&P 500 fell about 4%, and the NASDAQ composite tumbled about 5%. The market is worried that hotter than expected inflation will prompt the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates more aggressively. The Federal Reserve will be meeting next Tuesday to consider another possible interest rate hike. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us right now. Jeff, pretty nice day out there in the Northwoods.
Yeah, some 30s early today, but then recovery nicely, right? Temperatures in the 70s out there right now. 74 Eagle River, 74 also for Merrill. It's comfy, it's warm, above average temperatures today. It will be, though, a bit cooler tomorrow as a sneaky cold front's on the way. It's going to shift our winds tonight and bring us somewhat cooler temperatures throughout the day tomorrow. But this thing is on. There's just no clouds across the state right now. We got to look well off to the west of us to see any kind of cloud cover, and there is a little cold front right there. You see it? That's going to shift our wind tonight and bring us somewhat cooler temperatures tomorrow, highs near 70, but short-lived. We're back up in the mid-70s by the weekend, and we have 80s in the forecast for next week, but the weekend still looks wet around here as all of this is moving this way just in time for Friday Night Football, also on Saturday and Sunday. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, some dense fog late, and low temperatures down near 47. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan?
The Wood County, Wisconsin Board of Supervisors passed an ordinance that requires people to be 21 years old to purchase Delta 8 products. The ordinance includes all intoxicating hemp products. It also limits proximity in which these products can be sold near youth-serving organizations and other youth-friendly locations. This is the first such ordinance in the state to regulate Delta 8 products. Wisconsin currently has no other regulations in place for Delta 8 THC, and even marijuana advocacy groups warn consumers about using unregulated Delta 8 THC products. There's a teeth whitening trend on social media right now where people are using homemade products. But dentists warn this could permanently damage teeth. Social media influencers are showing people ways to whiten their teeth at home using things like lemon wedges or apple cider vinegar. Dr. Laura Gohl of Schindenholz Dental up in Land O'Lakes says there's a lot of societal pressure to have perfect teeth.
The expectations that people see through that are usually bright white teeth, aligned teeth, big smiles, so a lot of people are attempting to achieve kind of what they're seeing.
Dr. Peter Schindenholz says at-home methods shouldn't be used unless you consult with your dentist first.
Everybody's teeth are different. Some people shouldn't whiten their teeth because they will look grayer or look darker. The average person, yes, will get whiter, but some people won't change at all or won't change significantly.
Having a good diet as well as brushing and flossing every day will make a difference in teeth health. Both dentists said some in-store teeth whitening products could have the desired effect. Police say a man who took his own life by stepping in front of a semi-truck in Wisconsin on Sunday was a suspect in his wife's murder earlier that day. They're now trying to figure out what led to the tragedy. McKenna Alexander has the story.
It was apparent to officers on the scene that the victim had been violently physically attacked.
An attack that ended with one woman dead on Madison's west side Sunday afternoon, but far from the end of the case. Monday morning, Police Chief Sean Barnes laid out a wild and tragic series of events that ended in another death. It began around at 3:15 Sunday afternoon. Police received a call reporting someone was dead in a home on Darien Circle, which is just off High Point Road. Police note that caller was not on the scene. Responding officers found a woman in her 40s dead inside the home. As police tried to find that woman's husband, another call came in, this time at 3:27 p.m. That report was of a man getting out of his car on the Beltline near Old Sauk Road. Another car hit the man, but he was able to get back in his own car and drive off. A third and final call came in at 3:47 p.m., reporting that same man had once again gotten out of his vehicle before running into traffic, where he was hit and killed by a semi-truck.
The man who was struck in traffic was identified as the husband of the deceased.
Chief Barnes says prior to Sunday, officers had never been called to the home on Darien Circle. Still, police view what happened inside this home needs to be addressed.
Domestic violence continues to be an issue that plagues our community, even though it remains sometimes hidden.
The Rhinelander District Library is undergoing some changes. Coming up after the break, we'll show you what to expect going forward. That's After Weather with Jeff, right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
By some measures, our economy is doing great. We've reached the lowest unemployment in state history. We have a record budget surplus. But there's another side, too. Rising prices for groceries, gas, and medications. Folks, that's a problem. That's why I have a plan to cap prescription drug prices, aggressively prosecute price gouging, and cut taxes by another 10% for working families. It's the right thing to do for Wisconsin and our economy.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Carpet City. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and get the toughest waterproof floors in the industry, where they're in stock and on sale. Rigid Maximum XL is 50% thicker and 30% longer, resulting in maximum durability, which is perfect for active families and pets. Not to mention, it's easy to install. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center to get your Rigid Maximum XL waterproof floors today.
Carpet City, our prices will floor you.
He wants to be a firefighter, a doctor, a teacher, and he wants to be their governor. But Tim Michaels said funding public schools is the definition of insanity.
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He drained millions from public schools to help fund private schools in Milwaukee, and even consider ending the Department of Public Instruction. Tim Michaels wants to be governor for 4 long years. But what matters more to you, his future or theirs?
If you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, make Argonne Lumber your first stop. High-quality materials, personalized service, expert staff, and delivery are just some of the things Argonne Lumber is known for. Stop in and smell the lumber at Argonne Lumber, 2 locations in Argonne and Rhinelander.
Ever dream of a charming toy store with unique toys, games, and puzzles? A store that encourages unplugged and active play, discovery, and imagination. It's real, it's Imaginuity. Visit our beautiful new store in Minocqua soon.
Brought to you by Lockview Desert Health Center, Eagle River, and Waters Meat.
Well, we were in Can You Find a Cloud mode today, and there weren't many out there at all. High pressure is firmly in charge. Temperatures back up in the 70s to a few low 80s out there today. Tomorrow, though, is going to be a bit cooler. More on that here in a second. But right now, it's 74 in Rhinelander with a northwest breeze around 6. And the pressure there is steady at 29.95. Over in Wausau, not reporting right now, but temperature near 75 currently with a calm wind at the airport. And here we go. It's 74 in Merrill, 73 for Anago, 74 Wapaka. It's comfortable. The average high being about 70 this time of year. Most of us are doing that right now and then some. Tomorrow, though, is going to be a bit of a different story around here as all the heat that's there is going to stay there for now. Our air tomorrow is going to come from this way. It's cooler over there, and that's going to move our direction for tomorrow morning and give us high temperatures tomorrow, pretty much hanging out near 70. That is the average high this time of year, though. The average low being 46. Look at that record high back in 1931 of 90, and 29 is the record low back in 2014. That's the winter, by the way, that we saw snow on September 10th. All right, so the sunset later on at 7:13 this evening. Okay, so going forward temperature-wise, 71 tomorrow, which means much of tomorrow spent in the 60s. You're going to feel that tomorrow. 75 for Thursday, 78 for Friday. Then look what happens. We stay there for a while. Near 80 on Saturday and Sunday, and then in the 80s now for Monday into Tuesday. That's not normal by this point. The average high is in the upper 60s. We will likely be in the low 80s by the middle portions of next week. Okay, again, this thing is on. There's no clouds across the state currently, but that will begin to change. There is a sneaky cold front right there. You see it? You can just see a little bit of it right there. That's moving our direction. That's going to give us a wind shift tonight out of the northwest. It's going to cool us off a bit for tomorrow. No precipitation tonight, though. That is going to come with this system over here. And again, I was here last week. I stood right here, and we watched this kind of slowly march in our direction. Well, it's happening again, right? So all of this on the backside of the high is going to be over us pretty much Friday, Saturday, and Sunday again. Looks like a wet weekend around here with probably the games Friday night getting some wet weather in there as well. All right, walk you through it tonight. No worries at all. Lots of clear skies. There will be a little bit of dense fog after midnight tonight. That will quickly lift with the around 6 o'clock sunrise tomorrow morning. And then another very nice day tomorrow. So our forecast then tomorrow, we're talking about low or high temperatures near 70. That's a change with lots of sunshine tomorrow as well to the north. Further south, there could be a couple low to mid 70s in here. That could be a stretch, though, for Portage County into Marathon County as well. So here's our forecast then for tonight. Partly cloudy skies. Some dense fog is likely as the air goes calm. And temperatures kind of meet the dew points in the upper 40s this evening. So not as cool as last night. We had a couple lows last night in the mid to upper 30s. For tomorrow, looking pretty good, right? Partly cloudy skies, but noticeably colder. Not cold, but colder with high temperatures near 71 with that east breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow very comfortable, a nice north breeze in there. Thursday looking pretty good too, 75. And there's that chance for rain most likely Friday afternoon and evening. It'll probably affect the football games Friday night. And then scattered showers all weekend long. Still warm though, temps near 80. And then in the 80s Monday to Tuesday of next week. Dan?
The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is encouraging Wisconsinites to hunt on public land this hunting season. The DNR offers public land mapping tools on their website to help hunters find a good spot. Hunters can find new lands to explore and begin to plan their next hunting adventure using the DNR's Public Access Lands webpage. Once hunters have done their preliminary scouting online, the DNR encourages hunters to get boots on the ground and explore the habitat and game signs in person before the season starts. Additional information can be found on the DNR's Public Access Lands webpage. Nearly 6,000 violent criminals are off the streets thanks to the FBI agents who teamed up with state and local officials around the country. At the beginning of the year, the FBI asked all U.S. attorneys' offices to come up with specific strategies to cut down on violent crime. And the FBI director shared the results this week. In addition to thousands of alleged violent criminals getting arrested between May and September, officials also broke up more than 100 gangs and took thousands of weapons and drugs off the streets. Libraries are home to many familiar characters and stories. The Rhinelander District Library has recently rebranded to better represent everything under their roof. Newswatch 12's Michael Lotholtz has more on how this change is shaping their future.
There's just a lot going on at the library, so if you haven't been here lately or ever, you haven't been here.
The Rhinelander District Library Director, Virginia Roberts, celebrated the building's fall open house Tuesday and announced some fresh changes.
We're just always trying to come up with something new that people in the area could use, even if they don't know it yet.
Longtime area resident and library services assistant Matt Persecki is excited by a fresh new logo thanks to a recent grant.
The grant came through IMLS and was sent out through the Department of Public Instruction, and we were the only library in our system to get that grant. It was pretty exciting.
Roberts says the logo has been the same for decades and is happy to see the changes taking shape.
Our logo is very 90s. It does scream library, just like this one, but we wanted something that, you know, talked about, when you saw it, you said, oh, that is the Rhinelander District Library. That is our community library.
Persecki has seen the same logo his entire life and is excited to finally see the update and more services being offered to the community.
You have to make changes so that you go blind to the things that are around for so long and don't change. Change the colors, change the image, and you remember that big building that's been there forever, that's a library, and there's still people in there.
People can rent out all sorts of non-book related items, including games, light boxes, Wi-Fi hotspots, laptops, and much more.
Part of what we're doing today is, you know, come to the library, see what we have to offer, see the new things we have to offer.
In Rhinelander, Michael Lotholtz, Newswatch 12.
The city of Chippewa Falls in Wisconsin is still mourning the loss of 10-year-old Lily Peters in April. How the community rallied to honor her memory. That's after the break.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
These are actual crime scenes across Wisconsin. Yet Mandela Barnes supports defunding the police.
The minute you talk about reducing a police department's budget, then it's like all hell breaks loose, and everybody acts like you're signaling Armageddon. But that's not the case. It's about reallocating funds.
And where did your tax dollars get reallocated to? More police security for Barnes. Mandela Barnes. Less safety for you, more for him. Wisconsin Truth Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You've been putting it off all summer long, but now is the time. The time to call Renewal by Andersen and replace those frustrating, inefficient windows. Plus, we're having a Labor Day sale, so you'll get incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution, skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals who are the best at window replacement because it's the only thing we do. In fact, Renewal by Andersen signature service has earned us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction from over 500,000 happy customers. Act now, because these unbelievable Labor Day sale savings on our exclusive Fibrix composite material windows end soon. Fibrix won't warp or bow over time like vinyl can, and is scientifically proven to stand the test of time. Our Labor Day sale is going on right now, but it won't last. Call today and let us complete your summer to-do list so you can wrap up your summer in comfort and style. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Dear Senator Johnson, living on a fixed income, it's a struggle. I paid into Social Security and Medicare every paycheck. So it was a slap in the face when you voted to weaken Medicare. That would increase out-of-pocket costs. And when you wanted to let Wall Street gamble with Social Security. Senator Johnson, you look out for yourself and your fat cat donors, but have forgotten about us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Sue right, Jake middle, and on the left.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Old Chum Gaming Wittenberg.
News Watch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
A man is making a trek from L.A. to New York City to raise awareness about human trafficking and the murders of women of color. France Beasley is on a mission that will take him 4,000 miles, all on foot. On Monday, he made his way through Philadelphia, where he walked at times with local police officers. Beasley is with the nonprofit Respect Our Daughters. The journey started in May, averaging 35 to 40 miles per day. Since then, he's met with families of murder victims and talked with social service agencies and gained attention of lawmakers across the country. He hopes to be in New York City by Thursday. It's been 5 months since the death of 10-year-old Lily Peters. Residents in Chippewa Falls have not forgotten the young girl and even now are still making an effort to preserve her memory. As Leanne Stapleton reports, bracelets are being sold throughout the Chippewa Valley to support an even bigger project, erecting benches in honor of Peters.
We, as mothers, just felt like we wanted to do something to help the families and the communities that were directly involved in it.
Outside Ultimate Performance Gymnastics and Cheer in Lake Hallie, you'll find a purple bench with the name Lily Peters.
She actually attended this facility for gymnastics.
Lily's death devastated the Chippewa Falls community and surrounding areas. Samantha Haas, along with fellow mom friend Erica Bertrand, decided to sell bracelets to raise funds for a bench in her honor.
Me and her do just like small crafts on the side. And so we came up with the idea of making the bracelet bands, and we decided to ask for a $2 donation.
Ann Haas says a portion of proceeds is thanks to Rachel Meyer, who owns Cravings Food Truck.
She was donating like 10% of the meals sold to a fund, and she was selling ribbons for $5. And so she came up with a fund that she contacted us and wanted to donate those funds to add to our bench collection.
Not knowing their gesture of kindness would take off, more than $4,000 was raised, making their total enough to purchase 5 personalized benches.
It's hard to spread kindness, and we thought it was going to be in a little way, and it obviously has become a lot more because I never expected any of this.
Haas, who was from Medford, saw firsthand how communities rallied behind Lily.
I drove around and there was purple everywhere. And I mean from town to town. It's an overwhelming feeling.
The benches are another dedication that she hopes will leave a lasting impression.
We just wanted a place that people could rest and sit with their thoughts and feelings, and the community will have plenty of people that go by them or use them, and it's something that will last forever.
Schools forced to close, falling academic standards, parents told they don't have a say, transgender videos for kindergartners, and books that shame kids just for being white. That's Tony Evers' record on Wisconsin public schools.
As a mom, I have every right to know what my kids are being taught in class. Our schools should teach reading, writing, and math, not crazy liberal ideas.
Tony Evers. Wrong for our kids, wrong for Wisconsin.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Sullivan's Log Home Restoration is your choice for log home maintenance, giving you a beautiful looking home. Sullivan's Log Home Restoration does their own milling and specializes in log replacements, sandblasting, pressure washing, painting and staining, and chinking. With more than 30 years of business, Sullivan's is dependable and trustworthy, carefully tending to every detail on your home. Call us today for your free on-site estimate. Sullivan's Log Home Restoration, serving Eagle River and the surrounding areas.
Do you feel safe? Mandela Barnes would eliminate cash bail, setting accused criminals free into the community before trial, even with shootings, robberies, carjackings, violent attacks on our police. More than 300 murders last year alone. Yet Barnes has even supported defunding the police. Mandela Barnes, he stands with them, not us. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Join us for Colorama Saturday, September 17th from 9 to 4 at the St. Germain Community Park. Events include wagon rides, live music, fall cruising, car show, and pints in the park.
All right, Dan, check out these temperatures hanging out in the 70s out there right now for most locations. That's not normal. We'll have lows tonight, not as cold as last night. A couple lows in the 30s yesterday. Not so much tonight. We'll have lows basically in the 40s, low 50s. Clear skies pretty much everywhere across the state now. There is a little bit of a cold front to the north by Lake Superior. That will give us a wind shift overnight tonight and cool us off tomorrow. So high temperatures tomorrow near 70, meaning much of tomorrow spent in the 60s. And then things begin to change, though. Here's a 7-day, even warmer then for Thursday and a Friday. A good chance for rain now. Late Friday, then kind of continuing showers through Saturday and Sunday.
And 80s next week. That's hard to believe.
Next week.
Jeez Louise. Okay, thank you, Jeff. We'll have more news and weather for you at Newswatch 12 at 10. We'll see you then.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
Every once in a while, I like to make an appetizer and serve it for dinner. One of my favorites is nachos. That's why today